Hi, you've clicked on to today's tropical tidbit for Monday over here in the Atlantic. Got lots of activity focused in the Caribbean and out into the central Atlantic as the overall pattern dictated was going to happen this week. We can see tropical storm Tomas over here moving between Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic longitude over here. If we zoom in, we can see that the circulation became exposed last night as wind shear was created from downward motion on the west side of the storm and ended up flopping all the convection off to the east of the center. But look what's happening now. Some new convection starting to build near the center. You can see the circulation remain well defined, moving slightly south of west over here, but you can see convection starting to pop back up, and the idea that I spoke of yesterday was that this would come back, and this is going to be a hurricane as it comes back to threaten this area during the next few days. Remember, the reason the convection died off over the center here was you can see the winds racing off coming out of the east to the west of the storm over here. This is creating surface divergence, and you get air spreading out at the surface. Air has to replace it, and but since it's spreading out the surface, the air that replaces it has to come from above, which causes air to sink, and that obviously suppresses convection and dries the air. So this is what we've been having, but you notice how the wind starts to slow down as you get in this area over here, and that's why you're seeing convection firing off south of Jamaica, because the air is starting to pile up and slow down in this area, and this is showing you where this is going to start to come back, and you can already see it trying to. It's going to, as it progressively gets farther west, the farther west it comes, the more favorable conditions we'll get, and by the time it gets into this area, we're going to have to be watching to see this make a roaring comeback. I believe this will be a hurricane, possibly as high as a Cat 2, and we'll see how organized it gets. It might be a rather low shot of making it to a major hurricane now that it has fallen apart a little more than was expected, but we'll see how things go. Folks in here should still be ready for a possible Cat 2 landfall hurricane in a few days. And so this is showing you this area right here of convection in the Western Caribbean is not only showing you where Tomas is going to make a comeback and intensify, but it's also showing you where the periphery of the high pressure system is going to be setting up, and kind of showing you the path of the storm over here as it comes a little bit south of west and then gets turned out over here by the trough that's going to be digging into the eastern United States, and it's kind of showing you where this is going to go. You can see that the models have been coming around to the idea that I've had where this comes west and then tries to get turned out by the trough digging into the eastern United States. These models may be a tad too far east over here, and we may, as much as we love our friends in Jamaica and eastern Cuba, it would be nice not to hit Haiti this year after all they've gone through. So we'll see how it goes, but this area here is going to be threatened by a hurricane later this week. You can see the European ensembles, day 3, southern branch of the jet stream, polar branch of the jet stream, phasing into a massive trough. Here's the storm down here. The two jet branches phase. Big trough over the eastern United States. Day 4, storm is down here, and then day 5, the trough is digging in, and you can see the storm somewhere near the Cuba and Hispaniola area. So the overall story here is that we've got a storm that has weakened and is hopefully not letting people let their guard down. Just because it's a naked swirl, it's already putting stuff back on over it over here. See the convection firing near the center. This is coming west. You can see the zone where this is going to intensify and curve north. It's going to come into this zone, intensify, and curve right out into this area, and these folks in here need to be ready for a hurricane. It doesn't matter what it looks like right now. The pattern dictates that things can strengthen in this area, and these folks are going to have to watch closely. And we'll see if we're done with Tomas over here. This is our 19th named storm, and you know, this over here is a little interesting. We're going to have to keep an eye on this, and you can see on the MJO forecast, look at all the green that continues to appear over the Central Atlantic and Caribbean through day 15. So we may have a couple cards left to play. We'll see how it goes here, but you will certainly be notified here as soon as the next threat, if there is one, is seen. We'll see. Maybe this will be the close of the season. Would be nice if it was. We've certainly had an active one, 19 named storms, and if this becomes a hurricane again, we're still going to be ramping up that ACE index, so we'll see how things go. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.